sense of direction. So before letting him loose on our track in a very fast car, we thought it would be a good idea for him to get some training. So we said to him, James, go anywhere you like, OK, for your training, just not Finland.
Finland. According to a study by Leicester University, the 6th happiest country in the world. Finns also top the world league table for coffee drinking, and they borrow more library books per head than any nation on Earth. Which is all very interesting, but it doesn't explain this. There's a popular saying in motorsport, if you want to win, employ a Finn. This sparsely populated country has produced more rally champions, 7 in total, than any other nation. It has also produced more F1 world champions per head than anywhere else. So, what's going on up there? One of the reasons for Finnish driving prowess must be, quite simply, they take driving very, very seriously, right from day one. This is Petka. He's not a hoodie in a stolen car, he's having a driving lesson. And like everyone else in Finland, he has to spend 6 of them on a skid pad. He will also have lessons driving in the dark, and it will be 3 years before he gets a full license. It's all very strict. And it needs to be honest, because this is a typical Finnish back road. It's full of sudden crests and hidden dips. So as you drive along it, you need to know about power on, power off, feeling the car go light and the grip disappear. You're going to become a racing driver. So, to find out how the Finns wrap all this up into one big bundle of skill, I went for a drive with one of the locals. Unfortunately, the only person I could find was a retired bloke. Mind you, he's still quite sprightly.
It's Hakkinen! He's going through the left-hander!
Mika Hakkinen won the F1 World Championship twice, on both occasions beating the most successful driver of all time.
Michael Schumacher said that you were the only driver he really feared. So where did you learn car control? Because they say the Finns, you know, they have an instinct for it that other nations on Earth don't have. You can just do it.
We start doing this sport very, very young, so automatically we learn the car control. I'll give you an example. If you put a British person learning to play cricket when he's 25 years old, it is too late to understand the name of the game.
Are you thinking through these corners, or do you just feel it and you know?
No, honestly, what's going on now, we are going really, really slowly.
Are we?
Yeah.
Sitting next to Mika, you get a fantastic demonstration of Finnish car control. But if I was to learn more, I couldn't just be a passenger. Tomorrow, in the interests of science, though probably more for your entertainment, I suspect, the office has entered me in an amateur race on a rally circuit. Thankfully, though, Mika has offered to train me up. There's something else about Mika. He's not just helpful. He's quite modest.
Well, I'm not very good in travel.
Last year I went out with Jackie Stewart and he won the World Championship 3 times, I think, instead of just 2. But he taught me to be quite smooth and fast on a tarmac circuit. But could you teach me to be Finnish fast on a loose surface, do you think?
I can indeed.
The first and most important thing Mika would teach me was a cornering move known as the Scandinavian flick. And because he didn't want his mate's rally car wrapped around a tree, we started off with some cones.
When we come with the car, how to trace the back end to touching all these cones to find the perfect slide.
Okay, this is how we get the back end around.
Then it was my turn.
Little left, little right, on the gas, get the back end loose.
That's not enough, is it?
Again, action! Better than first run.
And then, finally...
You did it! You did it! That's the finish way.
After we demolished all his cones, I took Mika out on the proper course, which he found relaxing.
So now second turn in, a bit of a flick. That wasn't bad. Oh. Sorry, I forgot which way to go there. Okay, first.
And then, with Yoda's guidance...
Now back end out nicely here. Stay on the gas. Yeah, good. Beautiful.
It all came together.
Good. Excellent.
Lesson over, we stopped for a cup of hot reindeer blood and talked about why the Finns are so suited to motorsport.
Tell me a bit about Sisu. What's Sisu?
Sisu in English means courage. What is the Finnish courage? Let me give you an example. Okay, climb in a tree and jump down from there. So that doesn't mean Sisu. That is the courage.
That's stupidity.
That is exactly. So Sisu we can relate very much that in the motor racing. Example, you drive a rally car in a forest extremely really fast, and you need courage to able to brake late, to go throttle really early, go very closer to apex of the corners.
And they're quite reserved, the Finns. I mean, you famously, when you were a Formula One driver, they'd ask you a really complicated question and you'd just say, yes.
Yes.
That's right,
Yes.
is it? And the reason I'm asking is because I wondered if I might be, in some way, a bit Finnish myself. I don't like noisy people. So does that make me Finnish, do you think?
Yes.
At home, I quite like to have the spanners in my toolbox in order of size,
Yeah.
so that I can always find the right one. Is that quite Finnish?
Yes, it is, very much. Personally, that's what I do. If you're talking about the toolbox, everything has to be very organized.
I quite like to have the air vents on my car all pointing the same way. Exactly. Is that Finnish?
No.